Good, I'm good.
So obviously you had a great rookie year, especially the second half
Mhm.
with the franchise record for catches and yards and the rookie record for some of the things you did there. So I'm just curious, after all that success, what's the mentality going into year two? What's the next step for you?
I think just keep improving on everything that I can. Obviously, the goal is to win a Super Bowl. That's every team's goal. That's our goal. But for me personally, I mean, wherever I'm getting better is going to help the team. Whether that's blocking, catching the ball, running, route running, whatever it is. I mean, if I'm getting better, it's going to help the team. So.
Has there been something when you did the cut-ups and the self-scout that is there maybe one thing in particular, a couple things that maybe you focused on specifically and said, well, that's one area I think I really got to target this off so you get a little better?
One of the areas definitely is just understanding defenses. Obviously, the game's a little faster than NFL, but going to my second year, I think I have enough experience to have seen some things, and I just want to be able to recognize defenses quicker, be able to know what I'm doing before it even happens. So little things like that some players might overlook because they're so worried about the physical part of the game, but I think it's still mental. So just understanding defenses, looking at defenses, talking to coaches, other players, just understanding the game more.
What do you think about the new receivers that y'all have? Do you see like a theme within them, maybe personalities, demeanors? Do you see anything at all with the new guys?
Yeah, I like them. I think we're a very diverse group. We can do a lot of different things. We all each bring different qualities to the table. I think it's just going to help us in the long run. You got Josh, long body, go up and get it. DJ, long stride, can run. We just added Jamison Williams. Obviously, speed guy, can take the top off. Me, Khalif, Q. I mean, we have so many different guys, Swifts, even our running backs, our tight end, TJ. I think we got so many weapons now. I'm excited to see what Ben does with all of us.
Specifically, what do you think, having DJ and Jamison, what does that do for you? I know you talked one of your interviews a few weeks back about, adding a big guy with some speed on the outside. How does that help you?
I think it's just going to open up, more holes in the middle. I don't think we had too much success last year with the deep ball, and I think that's an area that, we all as an offense want to improve on. But I think, adding guys like that is only going to help us. And like I said, it's just going to open up more holes in the middle for everyone. So I think it's going to be great for us.
Obviously, it has to happen on the field, but as it sits right now, do you feel like you guys have a pretty complete offense with the offensive line and, as you mentioned, receivers, running backs, tight ends?
I really do. I really do. I looked at, I was thinking about that the other day. We really have a pretty good offense. Going from the line, we have a solid O-line. We have great tight ends that can catch the ball, that can block. Our running backs are all very solid. They can all do different things. Added some receivers. I think we're a complete offense now, if you ask me. So I'm excited to see, what we can do.
You were a big volume receiver in the second half of the season, just a ton of balls your way. With these new pieces, probably not as many. So how do you balance, I guess, wanting the ball, wanting to make plays with, what's best for the team and, just winning ball games?
For me, it's just, whenever I get that opportunity, just, make the most of it. Whether that's, 5 targets a game, whether that's 2, whether that's 12. Each game is different. Each scenario is different. Obviously, the goal of football is to win games and win a Super Bowl. So if we're winning games, I'm happy. I'm not complaining. So, it's just going out there, doing my part. And whenever I do get that opportunity, that chance, it helps the team win and make the most that I can.
You're not the first player today to mention the Super Bowl. Is that something you're hearing from the coaches? Are they saying, are they talking about the Super Bowl?
I think that's in everyone's mind is the Super Bowl. I wouldn't say they're harping on that too much. Obviously, our goal is to win the division. You win the division, you make the playoffs. So that's our goal right now, is to win the division, make the playoffs. But obviously, everyone's ultimate goal is the Super Bowl. So, why shoot for anything lower?
By the end of the season, you and Jared certainly had a connection. How did you see him grow from the start to the end of the year when you guys really were very productive?
Yeah, I think, Ben stepping in halfway through the season really, helped us as an offense with the pass game. I love him. I think he's, one of the better coaches I've ever been around. I'm really super excited for him to be the offensive coordinator. But I think just as a whole, we just grew more comfortable together, especially, me and Jared. I think he started feeling more comfortable in me, knowing where I'm going to be, me understanding what he likes and how he sees defenses and whatnot. So it was just us playing off one of another, and it just kept growing throughout the season.
Did he seem to grow more comfortable leading the offense too?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we had some guys go down. TJ went down, Swift went down, and guys had to step up, and that's what we did. We won a few games at the end of the season, but no, definitely, he definitely looked more comfortable, was out there just playing ball. Looked like he was having a good time.
DJ, talk to us a little bit about just the basics of the scheme that's been presented so far by Ben. Ben had the influence obviously last year, but it's tough to kind of change a whole lot on the fly. So how different does maybe this new setup look with some of the pieces? How would you describe, I guess, your early impressions of Ben's scheme?
Yeah, I would definitely say it's different than last year. Definitely new. It's basically like learning new language. You got to kind of start over. Obviously, there's a little bit of rollover from last year, but not much. He's kind of revamped it, made it his own, and I'm really, it's like a new language. It takes a minute, but I feel like once we all get it down, it's going to be easy for us.
I asked a couple guys this, but schedule, just what's the first thing you look for? I don't know if you're, Bears now that your brother's over there. What do you look for? What's the first thing you want to see?
I don't honestly look for too much. Obviously, if we can get those the cold games out early, that would be pretty nice. So get to play in Green Bay early, Chicago early. That would be pretty nice. But other than that, I'm not looking for much. Just an opponent. Yep.
We talked to Chase Lucas, the seventh-round pick here. He said he remembered going up against you a couple times in some of those SEC or Pac-12 battles. Just your impressions of him when you went up against him.
Yeah, no, I remember Chase Lucas. Solid corner, definitely. He was at Arizona State for quite a while. I think he was there before I got there, and then was still there after I left. So he was there for quite a bit, but he was one of their better corners when I was there. It's just consistent. That's what I noticed the most, was he was just a consistent corner. But they were definitely, in the Pac-12, ASU, they had Jack Jones on the other side who went to SC. They were one of the better, DB groups in the Pac-12.
You said what a wide receiver and a teammate's supposed to say when you talk about a crowded room, and if you guys are winning, you're happy. But is there a point when you're looking at the draft, well, don't grab him, get somebody else, or why would you grab another receiver? Why do you keep signing him? Is there any moment inside where you had those reflective moments?
Never had that. I think you just add weapons. It's just gonna help. It's gonna help me in the long run. You got a guy that can run. You watch his tape. I mean, he's just taking the top off defenses, making splash plays. That's just gonna open up the middle, in my opinion. So I was never, don't draft this, don't do that. If anything, it's just gonna make me better. So I was excited. I'm super happy to meet him and get to work.
Here's a few years away, but just curious when you see these deals this offseason, Christian Kirk and Tyreek Hill and Adams' new deal, like what's going through your mind when you're seeing these numbers?
I'm happy to be a receiver. That's what's going through my mind.
Sort of on the same level there, like Debo, right? We saw he had his little contract squabble, maybe still going on, but one of the rumors is that part of it is due to him running the ball, like he doesn't want to do that. Obviously running backs take a little more pounding than a receiver. They used you in a little bit of that role last year. Is there a point that like you don't want to cross with that? How do you sort of?
I mean, he kind of took it to they took it to the extreme with him. I feel like not the extreme, but he ran the ball way more than I did. He was basically like their second running back. So, I mean, I understand where he's coming from, but I didn't run the ball nearly as much as he did. I don't know if that's Ben's plan or what they're thinking, but he was basically their second running back. So I understand where he's coming from, but for me, in my case, I mean, I'm in a completely different scenario. We have guys like Swift, Jamal. I mean, so many running backs on our team that can do so many different things. I mean, using me every now and then, I'm more than happy to do that, but I don't see them doing what they did with Debo to me.
Anything else, guys? Thanks.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Yep.